All right. Here we are again. I have no idea what to expect here. I'm pretty sure I'm not working, but I have no idea. Storms are in my area. Power might go out. I don't know what things are going to look like for later today. So, into the wild we go. It's actually a song reference. So, well, it's not a song reference, but it's like it's it's a Wolfheart song reference. But a lot of you guys wouldn't know about that. Not, I know that not everyone's a metalhead like me, and not everyone listens to that band. Anyway, so no, there's probably not a lot of you on here right now. I know that it's very early. Trust me, I feel it too. But we have a pretty nasty squall line that's coming through my area even. We have pretty strong storms going through Montgomery right now. We've had tornado warnings throughout the night as well. We have a pretty big line that's still going through parts of Kentucky and Tennessee as well. We've had what looks to have been multiple, and I mean multiple, severe thunderstorm wind reports. A lot of these have been put in by law enforcement overnight. And there are some chasers out and about. Not too many. I would be out there myself if I had a vehicle. But overall, pretty active times ahead, and we have a moderate risk for severe weather later today. So a lot going on. So urge any of you that are watching right now, make sure you're staying weather aware if nothing else today. Whether we're able to continue streaming, stay tuned here. That'd be awesome. But more importantly, no matter where you get the source from, just make sure that you have a reliable source and that you are up to speed on everything, because it is going to be essential. So with that being said, right now we're sitting with sitting at 0 tornado warnings right now. We have 13 severe thunderstorm warnings along our line. What we're going to be watchful of throughout the course of the day in regards to severe weather is going to be these prefrontal storms that are set to take off over here in the Carolinas, especially by the time we get towards about 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning. I expect these to really start to blossom up, and we may get a significant severe threat with maybe strong tornadoes and potentially multiples of them. Then right behind this storm system, this frontal boundary here, we have significant cold air, and there's going to be so much cold air along this frontal boundary as well, to where we even could see snow flurries on the back side of this, along with freezing mornings the next couple of days. There's freeze warnings over here in the pink that are in effect here. So significantly colder conditions are expected after this event. This is a pretty powerful system as well. This is actually ended up prompting blizzard warnings throughout parts of the Midwest here as well. And we still have numerous blizzard warnings ongoing right now. Even in Wisconsin, we have some in Illinois. We have heavy snow ongoing in Chicago. So like I said, there's a lot going on. We're going to try to see what we can do with getting any kind of visual on these storms at all. I know Georgia DOT never sleeps, so obviously we're going to work with that. All right. What's up, Max? Numerica. That's good. That's a good joke. Still miss Atlanta, huh? Shoot, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on here in Atlanta in the metal scene. Like, there's a lot of shows coming our way, too. So, it's a good time to be here. I ever want to pop by and visit, definitely urge you to do so. I actually plan on going to a concert this weekend if it's possible. Gonna go see Allegiant and Obscura. shouldn't be any weather that would really stop me or anything like that either. So looking forward to it. First show of 2026, baby. Sea Nation reference. I'm the Murph. Nice. Okay, let's get some cameras up for you guys while we're at it here. Try to see if I can put some close to my area, because like I said, it's probably going to start to get pretty loud over here in the next little bit. I'm pretty sure at least work will be delayed for me today. If we just, unless, I mean, I really don't think we should work at all, but like I said, it's not, like I said in the stream yesterday, not my decision, unfortunately. Where's that map? There we go. Alvin Murphy. Oh, okay. Well, alright, let's see. Where do we want to go with this? Storm's already over here towards the west side of town. I think I'm going to go with probably the northwest side of this city. Or like, probably try to go with like Shiloh West or something. Or Ackworth due west. Cobb Parkway. Pretty familiar with that area. I just want to get a view of the skyline particularly, so we can watch the lightning roll in. Hey, Mia. I think this might be a good view here. No, you don't need to be in it yet. You still got a ways to go before the storms are even near you. You probably have like another hour. See if we can adjust this. I might actually just take it full screen. I mean, this is probably going to be the main view we have here. This is the quietest you'll usually see Kennesaw due west this early in the morning. Then again, it's only 5. In about a couple hours, this street is going to be jumping. Yeah, you're good for now, though. Nothing to worry about. There's the lightning. She's out there. Oh, oh, oh. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to adjust this camera view here. I think I'm hitting the wrong button. That's better. Sorry, guys. Just give me a moment here to fix this thing up. There we go. Yeah, there's no tornado warnings right now even, so like I said, nothing to really worry about. I mean, the winds are still going to be problematic in its own right, but This is either way. It's still nothing to be scared of. You just need to be on. Your P's and Q's just in case things develop. But yeah, there's not a lot going on further off to the south right now. It's more the northern half of the state. Do have a significant or a considerable severe thunderstorm warning now in Alabama. There's one that's got 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts as radar indicated right now. Also, guys, if you haven't, definitely urge you to hit that like button. Like I said, I don't really know how long I can be live for. I don't know what my work situation is going to be like today. In case anyone doesn't know, I'm a landscaper. Ooh, that was a big flash of lightning. Won't be long before I start having that happen in my own area. But yeah, typically I would be on the way to work at the top of the upcoming hour. I'm actually still dressed for work, but you know, do the best I can. I figure at least we might end up being delayed, so I'll try and be on. Power didn't go out, so I don't know why that person just stopped the way they did. Now here comes some traffic. The 5 o'clockers, the morning shift. I think they're starting to come out bit by bit here because Cobb Parkway and Kennesaw Due West is a pretty busy road. Yeah, you know it's coming though. The lightning's really on the uptick here. I think let's see if we can localize the radar here. Get a better look at these storms. Some pretty strong winds, especially north of Carrollton and also to the south. But I don't see anything that gives off immediate sign of rotation. Maybe a little bit towards Villa Rica, but that's really about it. This does have a tornado possible tag, so that's something that I personally will need to watch from my own area. Because I live a little bit closer towards the east side of town. I think this will ultimately end up going south of me, so it shouldn't be much of a factor. This probably goes through Atlanta proper, if anything. But even then, it still looks like we could get some strong wind gusts here as well. Yep, like I said, here comes more of that traffic. Like I said, Kennesaw Due West is pretty active, so it's still kind of light right now, I would say. You really start to see traffic pick up around like 7 a.m. Being an outdoor worker, though, obviously I can't work in this, and being a landscaper that's laying down chemicals, you know, having rain go through the area all day definitely doesn't do us much good either. Also, one other thing. Anyone that lives around the metro area, you know that Georgia Power is not the most reliable when it comes to severe weather. Like, it's absolutely terrible. Like, sometimes a small wind gust can knock out our power. So, can't make any promises. But there is a chance we might lose power and have the stream end early. Obviously, that's out of my control. But I'm just letting you guys know. And also, one other thing. Want to help out? Want to really support the channel today? Just hit that share button right now. Because I think I'm the only person that's physically live right now. I think there's like 24-hour cameras on stream and whatnot. But I'm the only person. I think I'm the only live person right now. So I don't know. Yeah. Just thought I'd make that clear to you guys, though. Did they allow that to expire just now? Or am I tripping? Oh, and there's a tornado warning. We got our first one of the stream here. This one is going to be for the counties. Oh, this is over towards Moody. This is towards like Columbus. Wow. But this is for the county of Lanier. This is over towards like Tallahassee. This is way further to the south than I thought it was going to be. But this is located over Lakeland, moving northeast at 35 miles an hour. This will be in Lakeland within the next 5 minutes. We also have to watch out for Hansel, Miggs, and Courthouse. So here's our tornado warning storm. This is the circulation right here. It's kind of a shear line type of deal, but this could be kind of ramping up in activity here. Yeah, you can see that it's starting to ramp up right around this point. This is kind of close to the radar too, so it's a bit more on the problematic side. Okay, this is Valdosta's radar. I didn't know Valdosta had NextRad actually. That's pretty interesting. This kind of flared up pretty quick. This looks like it's a discrete cell too. Yeah, it is. With it being so close to the radar, I'm not going to get as great of a view of it, but it does look like there's a hook trying to form here. It does look like it has a lot of outflow on the back side of it, so I don't know how well this one holds up. But over here towards South Georgia, there are prefrontals that we'll have to keep an eye on. I do think now that my area has officially been put under a severe thunderstorm warning. Yeah, I think so. We do have that tornado pop. Yep. Yep. I think that's me. Yep, that's Cobb County. That's my county. I'm under a severe thunderstorm warning, folks. So this ought to be fun. Like I said, no guarantees that I'll be able to keep power. That's going to be one thing about it. But I'm not too worried otherwise. I just hope nothing drops on my head, that's all. I don't see any imminent signs of rotation with this, though, so. Yep, and there's a notification on my phone confirming it. Yep, severe thunderstorm warning for my area. Here comes the rain in Kennesaw, by the way. Winds right now is still pretty light, but this is like a light shower. This isn't like the heavy rain that we're going to be dealing with in just a moment here. The storm's moving at a pretty good clip, by the way. This is moving at about 60. Well, this segment of the line's moving at about 55 miles an hour. Close enough, though, right? So you can already see the rain has just about stopped now, and then we'll be dealing with the heavier stuff momentarily. So the camera we're looking at. Trust me, I will if I have to. I'm not. There's only so much I can do, but I'm pretty sure the power will go out before then. If I didn't miss my guess here. But if we zoom in tightly, I should be able to find due west here. There's Pine Mountain Road, Mac Dobbs. Old 41 is back this way, so should be somewhere off to the south, just a touch. This is Stylesboro here. Okay, it should be somewhere around here near the park. I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time. Okay, there it is. This is Due West Road here, and then here's Old Tavern and Jim Pa here. So this is probably where our camera is. It's somewhere around here. We're not far from the airport. I know that much. I'm familiar with this area because not only did I live here at one point, I also used to work around here a lot, so I know a lot of these roads. There was an old subdivision with a landscape company that I used to work with off of Stylesboro Road, or a property I used to work off of Stylesboro. The company I worked for was near the airport, off of Big Shanty Drive. It's actually somewhere up in there. But yeah, that camera's facing off to the north, so with us at due west here, we're actually looking into that storm right now. In this section of the line, the winds aren't terribly strong, but we know how quickly these can end up surging, so you always got to be watchful. But one giveaway as to why I'm not super worried about the winds immediately is because wherever the winds are strongest, especially in this area, when you look at reflectivity, you'll see this quick drop off in the rain, or this quick increase in rain. It's pretty rapid, kind of like what you would see here over towards White Oak Estates. Watch this. So if I look at velocity here, notice the wind's stronger in this situation here, and then look at how the rain kind of drops off. We go from into the light green all the way into the red pretty rapidly. So that's one way we can point out damaging wind potential there. So there's different ways to read radar. But anywhere along the line that this kind of thing can happen. I'm somewhere within this area. I'm not obviously going to tell you my exact location for reasons, but all of this right here is definitely coming my way. And depending on which part of the line I get, I might get stronger winds or I might get a weaker storm. All right, we already got 10 of you going concurrently. That's pretty cool. Thank you, guys. If you are tuning in for the first time today, I definitely urge you to hit that like button. No guarantee, like I said, no guarantees this will be a long stream, between not knowing if I'm going to be working or not today, and also just in general, the simple fact that, well, I have a severe thunderstorm coming through. There's a chance that we could lose power. I don't have a backup generator because I live in an apartment. Don't really have anywhere to plug that up right now. But at least for now, we're going to be covering the storms for as long as we can. Have gotten zero confirmation from my job as to whether or not we're working today either, so it's a little frustrating. Also hope everybody's doing all right. Everyone's having a good start to their morning for those of you that are tuning in. Gonna try to see if I can grab myself a little something to drink really quickly. Heavier rain starting to reach Kennesaw now. Let's check back on our tornado warning here. Haven't seen any new updates on it yet. This thunderstorm kind of looks a little messy. But it looks like we have a little bit more clarity now since we're getting away from the radar site. It looks like our signature's here. Should be able to get a better look now. It's definitely not anything robust. Rotation's kind of broad, but it's still present, at least for now. Don't expect this to last. This isn't like a textbook supercell or anything like that. Doesn't even really look like much for supercell at all. It's trying to get its act together, though, so let's not sleep on it yet. Obviously no indicators of debris right now, so definitely no confirmation of this touching down. Crazy that I'm hearing that bird while it's still pretty calm out like it is right now. Let's go ahead and get some music on while we're at it. We might have a stronger section of the line here beginning to develop, just as this might be closing in on my area. Still no signs of rotation right now. There are other parts of the line a little further off to the south that I'm kind of interested in as well, especially over towards Noonan, Peachtree City. Those storms look like they're a little stronger. I do think that at some point this might end up getting a warning as well. We'll see what Peachtree City ends up doing with that, because that's where the weather station is. The National Weather Service station is, to be exact. Okay, here comes some heavy rain now for Kennesaw. Here comes a little bit of wind here. Pretty strong gusts. We're probably sitting at about maybe 25, 30 miles an hour right now with this. You can see the stoplights here swaying. Okay, it's picking up a little bit. We're getting up to about 40. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. Yeah, we're probably getting into the 40s now with this. Maybe even pushing 45 here. Kennesaw usually does better with their power because they have a separate entity, Cobb EMC. Cobb EMC does a little bit better in thunderstorms. Or at least from my experience from when I lived in Kennesaw. These little notches here do interest me a bit. Like I said, it's nothing that's very pronounced, but it does make me a little leery here. So I will be watching fair oaks pretty closely, and then eventually down the way. This, like I said, it gets kind of close to my area here. So I am kind of intrigued to see what happens next. Like I said, I'm over here between East Marietta, Sandy Springs, Dunwoody area. I'm kind of like in the middle of all three. And my job is just north of there in Roswell. I am interested in that little area that's kind of popped up over here, though. I might actually change the camera view and go a little further to the south here. And here come the group messages from work. They're coming through on my phone. Hang on. You do have a thunderstorm off to your south. Not severe, but you may hear a couple rumbles of thunder. It's going to pass just behind the airport. I wonder how much longer it's going to take before we end up getting a rumble of thunder over here. They might be allowing this tornado warning to expire because I think it's exited the warned area now. Yeah, there's our cell right there. So either they're going to extend that further off towards the east, or they're just going to allow it to expire. Big flash of lightning. Looks like Kennesaw's power's held up pretty well. But like I said, Cobb EMC tends to do a little bit better than Georgia Power as far as a provider is concerned. Rotation looks like it's dropped off with this storm, so I'm leaning towards there, allowing that one to expire. Do need to be watchful up towards the city, though, because it does look like that's going to be a point of interest. Yeah, a little notch towards Marietta is starting to open up a little bit more, so I think we're starting to see an increase in wind here now. It's pulling in a little something here, but the winds are not that strong, at least from this indication here. About to pass Kennesaw State University here with some of the strongest winds. So Kennesaw at this point should be good. We're going to shift our attention to a different camera here. Let's see if we can get closer towards Fair Oaks. Here's a look at Fair Oaks. This is over towards Dobbins Air Reserve. You can see it's getting pretty nasty out there. Winds are really strong. We're probably getting gusts up to about 30, maybe even 35. Yeah, that notch is getting more suspicious by each scan. It's still a shear line, and like I said, there's not anything that immediately indicates a tornado, so I'm not all that worried about it. But they're definitely going to maintain that tornado possible tag, or at least that's what I would do. Right now, you're good, and it looks like you're going to be good for a little while. There isn't really anything that immediately strikes me as threatening right now. This little group of storms here hasn't matured yet. This storm actually looks like it's kind of weakening that's off to the south of Macon. So right now you're good. None of these storms off to the south outside of this one in Alabama has a severe thunderstorm warning on it. And it doesn't look all that impressive if I'm being honest. So I think you're doing all right. Right now you're just going to deal with some rain if anything. I think I'm more at risk than you are. Looks like this is already past Dobbins here, and they're starting to look a little better. This South Fulton storm now, this one looks really intriguing. I think that might be one that warrants some serious attention here. Because that could be the one that tries to... Oh, yeah, look at that. Yeah, that's a nice little signature that's starting to develop there. If we're going to get a tornado warning, I think it's going to be over towards South Fulton. It's going to be with that storm. The velocities with the storm over towards my area is increasing a bit. This almost looks like a bounded weak ecoregion up here to the north as well. So, man, I tell you, this is going to be fun. Like I said, just a warning, guys. If I lose power, it wasn't me. Just like the song. Pretty good first hour already. Almost at 10 likes. Appreciate you guys a bunch. Like I said, goal is to try to stay live as long as we can. I'm pretty sure at the very least I'm going to have a late start with work because, like I said, we typically are clocked in by 6:30. This is going to be rolling through just before, and the rain's going to continue beyond that point. So maybe we'll start at 9. Maybe we won't start at all. I kind of hope we don't start at all because I do think that we're going to still have lingering showers and storms throughout the course of the day. I appreciate that, Renita. I hear the wind. I hear the rain. It's here. I don't think it's going to be that bad, though. Oh, yep, there goes the wind. Haven't heard a rumble of thunder yet, which is kind of boring. That's usually my favorite part. But yeah, you can definitely hear the wind. I can definitely hear the wind outside. Oh, there goes the police. Are they pulling somebody over in the middle of this? Jeez. There's a rumble of thunder. Very, very distant rumble. For as strong as this storm is, I was gonna expect a little bit more in the way of lightning. I'm kind of disappointed there. Oh, there's some big lightning over towards Sandy Plains. This is a little bit closer towards where I live. I don't know how well you can hear it. Turn up the mic just a little bit so you could possibly hear the rain, because it is coming down pretty good. Wish you could look at it like I do. Oh, here comes the heavy stuff now. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but yeah, it's definitely going off outside. Oh, that's my alarm. There's a big boom right there. We'll see if I end up hearing anything from it. Cause Sandy Plains is a little bit off to my, I think it's like to my southwest a bit. I think we're already good as far as like the heaviest rain. Cause like I said, it's a quick mover. These are quick moving storms. It's moving at 55 miles an hour, so it's usually in and out pretty quick. And then the real lightning seems to be on the backside of this with all the heavy, just steady rain at this point. Well, it's already out of Sandy Plains, or at least the rain has dropped off in Sandy Plains. Let's see if we can stay ahead of this storm here. So this is a little bit closer towards my job. Let's see what we're looking like here. We're going to go closer towards maybe Norcross Street and over towards Fulton County now. Alright, so it looks like at this point I would say the severe thunderstorm warning should be allowed to either expire or move further off towards the east in time. I'm very interested in this right here. Oh, here comes some thunder. They're saying I got to be in at 8:30. They're saying it's a nice little flash of lightning outside my window. I'm gonna check something on weather models real quick. So I'm not so sure about. I'm not so sure the weather's gonna be done by 8:30. Yeah, it looks like the worst of the rain is already out of my area. Now it's just going to be steady. It might clear up by then. I don't know. It depends on how fast this part of the line moves and if it doesn't back build. But I'm thinking it's going to. Oh, whoa, hold on a second. I looked at the DOT camera here for a second. My winds are 70. Nah, the winds already have passed me. But I do see that we got that considerable tag now. Some part of that line is getting radar indicated at about 70. It probably is just past me and then it got the radar indicated, but that's not really even proof that these are getting all the way to the ground. Somewhere between like Chambly and maybe Brookhaven could be the point. I want to say really towards Decatur. Yeah, I think it's Decatur. But yeah, if it's radar indicated, that doesn't necessarily mean it's doing it at ground level. Because usually what will happen was with the arc on the radar and the curvature of the Earth, we're still looking up into the storm, even if we are closer to it. We'll usually be looking at like maybe several thousand feet above the ground. Here comes, yeah, the thunder's now starting to come in really heavy after the heavy part. After the heavy rains pass, that's interesting. You have to forgive me, guys. I would put on music, but I'm also trying to see what's going on with my work situation. They're saying 8:30, but I don't know, man. I don't agree with it, me personally. He's gonna have us end up sitting there for 2 hours. Don't know if you can hear that yet. Ironic that a large lesbian nightclub is located. What does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with anything? I'm honestly confused. Yep, that's where that 70-mile-per-hour gust is, though. If it's going to be anywhere, that's where it's going to be. But seriously, though, what does that have to do with anything? Did y'all hear that one? Bro, out here it's pronounced Decatur, not Dicatur. Oh, y'all didn't hear that. That's a bummer. It's fun out here. Oh, that's a big flash right there. I think that was closer to me because the timing was a lot closer. It's probably within maybe I don't know, probably within 3, 4 miles of me. Cause over towards because I'm like right on the line between Cobb and Fulton. It's getting fun out here. See what the forward motion is looking like with this. All right. Well, it looks like this at least won't drop a tornado. I'll say that much. But yeah, this is definitely gusting out heavy. Wonder how my old coworkers at my last job are doing, because this is starting to hit their area now. And those winds have definitely ramped up as it's moved further off towards the east. Still have to be watchful for a possible tornado, but right now it just doesn't look like anything's imminent. No warnings expected yet. Speaking of which, while we were paying attention to all that, we got an observed tornado, by the way, folks. There's a confirmed tornado southwest of Pearson, confirmed by the public. It was 10 minutes ago. We missed that. Need to get some drink in me, get hydrated for, I guess, whatever the heck this workday is going to be. Alright, we're back. Needed that drink there. Yeah, the severe part of the line is past my area. Like I said, now it just really comes down to how long I can end up streaming for. And if the power goes out still, because even though the worst of the storm is past, I have no faith in Georgia Power whatsoever. Yeah, we're now just dealing with only light rain right now, or lighter rain. Still plenty of thunder and lightning though. That's really the fun part, if you ask me. Your section of the line doesn't look to be all that severe right now. But we all know how things can ramp up pretty quickly, so definitely urge you to exercise caution. It's a good thing I'm already dressed for work, so at least that much isn't going to be an issue. Alright, so what do I do here? You see what time they want me in again? Probably have to end it maybe within the next 45 minutes, maybe, because they're saying I'm hearing different times. 7:30, I'm hearing 8:30. I have no idea what's going on. So yeah, be a better way to communicate than this. Well, this might mess up the plans for the day as far as like trying to cover the rest of the event here. I definitely wanted to try. Maybe I won't miss much. Maybe it won't be much of anything. That's the best case scenario anyway, because of the moderate risk. I mean, yeah, we kind of don't want that to verify. Yeah, this is what we're looking at for later today. We have a level 4 out of 5 moderate risk for severe weather. We have a 15% tornado threat across this area from South Carolina all the way up towards DC, all the way into Maryland, maybe even trying to push its way into parts of southern Pennsylvania. Wind threats also elevated. Have a very large, significant wind threat area as well. Hail's going to be on the down low of this one. So ultimately, tornado damaging winds big threat for today. And this is pretty much going to be the end of the severe weather threat for a little bit. Storms could really get going as early as about noon, so kind of a crappy situation on my end, trying to get back at home in time to cover it. But it's probably not going to happen, given the way my work days have gone. I'm sorry, guys. I'm still looking at what's going on with my job. I have no idea what time I'm supposed to be in. I also want to say I really appreciate you guys tuning in. And like I said, I would hope that I would have had more time to be live today. Is that me? Or was that my was that outside? Or was that the camera? Up. I knew one part of that line was thinking about spinning, and I think we figured out which part it is. It's just south of the city. There's that area that was originally towards South Fulton now. So now looking at Lithonia, Lakeview Estates, Stonecrest under tornado warning now. This is for Rockdale and DeKalb counties. This is over Snapfinger moving east at 50 miles an hour. So Conyers, Lithonia, Lakeview Estates, Belmont, Arabia Mountain, Snapfinger, Redden, and Panthersville in the path of this storm. This is radar indicated rotation. This is going to be in effect for the next 18 minutes. So by 6:30 Eastern time, this will be allowed to expire. There's our rotation right there. It's on the leading edge of the storm. It's a classic little setup for a quick QLCS spin up, as we call them. quasi-linear convective system tornadoes. They happen fast, they spin up quick, and then they go out just as fast. Do we have another? This storm that apparently has a history of producing a tornado over here looks like it's still going just north of Valdosta here. Looks like it's gonna just pass Waycross off to the north and also pass through Douglas off to the south. This area is a little bit more rural. We have a tornado warning still in effect for Coffee and Atkinson's counties. But Willachoochee, we still have this storm yet to pass you. Then we gotta go all the way up to Douglas at 640 and then Nichols at 655. This is also a tornado at the dark, in the dark essentially, so we need to be respectful of this storm's potential, and also the fact that we're probably still not going to be able to have much of a visual on it. See if we can get a look at this storm as it's going into Conyers here. Maybe we'll be able to pick something. Here comes the wind for sure. We're looking at Panola Road at I-20 westbound here, so I think we're kind of close. This storm is riding along I-20, so we should be able to get a decent view of it. Rotation looks to be right around that. It looks to have been right around that Stonecrest area. Got to keep an eye on those rain bands. We start to see them change direction. We're definitely in the right spot. Alright guys, so here's what I'm thinking. I might call it a stream on my end around 6:30, because I don't know if I'm supposed to be in by 7:30 or what. looks like I'm not going to be able to get an easy ride over to work, so it looks like I'm taking an Uber. It's going to suck, but it is what it is. Hope I can even get an Uber. Hey, what's up, voice? I'm probably gonna have to leave soon. Gotta get ready to go to work. I might be staying my behind right here. But as much as that costs, that's crazy, dude. There's no reason. Yeah, I gotta figure out what my work day is gonna be like, because for some reason I'm still working, but I don't know. Appreciate you stopping by, though. Yeah, I'm probably going to be off of here within the next 10 minutes. I wanted to try to wait a little longer and see what else would happen, but work said, yeah, you still have to come in today. I mean, we're a company that puts chemicals down on grass. It's going to be soaked. Yeah, it's alright. I know it'll be alright. It just doesn't make any sense. Yeah, you're looking at 4 different weather channels, but half of them don't even try to look at the same radar data as you. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just disappointed that I can't do more for you guys. That's all. I was hoping for an opportunity to be able to cover the enhanced risk today, or the moderate risk today. But yeah, unfortunately, it wasn't meant to be. Try to see if I can get done with work as fast as I can, but given the way things have gone lately with that job, it's not gone. That hasn't been happening much. But yeah, I'm probably just gonna get off at 6:30 and figure out how the heck I'm gonna get to work. I appreciate all of you that understand. It's definitely not my choice. I would much rather be here. Appreciate it. I'm gonna need them. Uh-oh, is there an accident on the highway? Or is it just the traffic backed up? Well, dang, man. Alright, well, I'll try and go with whatever it shows me. If not, then if I recognize his voice, I'll probably go with that. But yeah, I don't know how people ended up changing their names. Obviously, I'm not changing mine for anything. Wouldn't change it for the world. Dang, man. I just wish I could stay. I want to stay. This tornado warning expires within the next 5 minutes. There's still a little signature there, but it's nothing that really impresses me all that much. Ah, okay. Well, there's that. Still have that other tornado warning off to the south, I'm guessing. They're allowing that one to continue as well. I swear if they end up sending me somewhere far today, I might be going off on them. I can't lie. Oh, now both sides of I-20 they're going now, so that's a positive. Alright, anyone got any final questions for today before I go? Man. Dang. Can't lie, I'm a little pissed. I'll stay positive, but I'm pissed. I'm just keeping it real, I'm pissed. Yeah, I'm just gonna call you voice at that point. I'm not doing all that. Yeah, I'm gonna make it work, man. I just absolutely disagree with the decision, that's all. Absolutely disagree with it. But then again, maybe if I don't have to work Friday, it might work. Oh, nice. Well, maybe if there's a cross-platform game that you play, maybe we could link up on PlayStation Network sometime. Who knows? Oh, you meant Discord? Oh, I thought I saw that. There's nothing wrong with it. Yeah, I'll stick to calling you voice probably. Oh, Dead Side game? Okay. see if I can. I'll see. I'll check it out at the very least. See if maybe it might be something I could get into. It is. It is good. Okay. Yeah, I'll see if I could check it out at some point today. It'd be nice if I could. Nice if I could, because I mean, I'm probably gonna be sitting for a while before I even can start work today. Hey, nothing wrong with that, man. Enjoy it, man. Okay, so 2 minutes left. Here's what we're gonna talk about what's next here really quickly before I have to get offline here. Again, really sorry about this, guys. It's ridiculous, if you ask me, but I'm not in control here. So as of right now, we have severe thunderstorm warnings stretching all the way from West Virginia, where the storms are not quite as intense, but still problematic here as well, with 60-mile-per-hour gusts possible, stretching back down through North Carolina and South Carolina and into Georgia, where the most activity is right now. Atlanta metro area should be clear of the most severe weather at this point. We do have a tornado warning that remains in effect for right now for at least another couple of minutes, or maybe another minute, over here towards Lithonia and Lakeview Estates. It's on the east side of town. From that point, we still have severe thunderstorm warnings with tornado possible tags stretching all the way from parts of Rockdale, Madison, Gwinnett, and areas off towards the east side of town, going back through Peachtree City and heading into LaGrange here. So that's also Muskogee, Spalding, Fayette County, Meriwether, Troup, Henry as well, and Clayton counties. So in time, we'll still have to be watchful over here in Griffin, Barnesville, ultimately Forsyth, Macon, Milledgeville. In time, I do think that within the next hour to hour and a half is when the storms will be arriving in your area. That's it, guys. I gotta rush off of here. Again, really sorry about this. Everybody take care. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see if I can get back home in time to where I can go live for the severe weather event later today.